Thank you very much for having me here. It's a real pleasure to be speaking at the National Urban Development Summit, and it's a real honor to be here in the presence of Shri K.T. Rava Rao, Mr. Shamir Sharma, and the other dignitaries. Today I'm here, of course, to talk about the future of urban mobility and how particularly states like Telangana are embracing technology in a way that's creating transformational benefits for its cities, for its riders, and for its drivers. If we could just have the presentation. Talking about cars, well, there are more than 2 billion cars in the world. The number is shocking. Go ahead and demonize the car. But actually, if you look and think carefully, the problem isn't really the car. The problem is how we use it. Most often than not, individually. Next time you're at a red light, I'd ask each one of you to look to your left or right and see what's going on. You will see people in cars using those cars individually. You will see just one person in the car, which is the driver. It's not surprising then that 22% of all carbon dioxide emissions globally are coming from transportation. And this, as we just heard Mr. Shamir Sharma also talk about the costs that this brings with us. Huge public health costs, huge issues around urbanization. So what is it that we can do to resolve this? All of this is obviously because we are having cars also sitting idle 96% of the time. Now this is a statistic we'd like you to ponder over slightly. The car that each one of you own in your homes is actually used only 4% of the time. 96% of the time, cars are sitting idle. As a result, nearly up to a fifth of land in some cities is used just to store these hunks of steel. And remember, these are parking lots. These aren't parks or homes or schools. In fact, if we decide to do away with these private cars, we can perhaps look at turning some of these spaces, this land, into perhaps other urban development requirements, for instance, parks, homes, or schools. Let me now move on to talk about how we believe this problem can be resolved. And the answer lies simply in this. This is that one mobile app which we believe has transformed mobility around the world. When Uber started out first by its founders Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp, the intention wasn't to really transform or revolutionize mobility. It all began on one snowy night in Paris in 2008 when Travis and Garrett were not able to find a cab, and they said, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could just push a button and get a cab? And 6 months later, Uber was born with the idea of providing a cab at the push of a button. Of course, at that time, nobody realized that transportation, not just in third world countries, but even in the most developed countries, is hugely inefficient, and the kind of benefits that technology can provide in order to transform mobility. Let me now come to how Uber is transforming cities in India. The map that you see on your screen is a map of Mumbai, India's financial capital. When we began in 2014, we used to cover only select areas within the city. Slowly the coverage expanded, and what we're seeing happen right now is that just about every inch of Mumbai is served by being able to provide a cab at the tap of a button in under 10 minutes. That's like having a private chauffeur at your disposal under 10 minutes, and you can just push the rides. Perhaps even easier to, it will serve you under 10 minutes. What's also important is that this is taking care of reliability, it's taking care of convenience, and it's proving that ride sharing can reliably serve every corner of the city. But here's something that perhaps most people don't realize, and this is the other animation I'd like you to see. What you see initially is two of those lines, and then they merge to form one line. The interesting bit that people at Uber globally found, if A, they find reliable alternatives, but B, also if they find affordable alternatives. Now, how are we making transportation affordable? And that's exactly how we're doing. What you're seeing on your screen happen is what we now call Uber Pool. These are rides in which people are pooling together and going to work, going out wherever they want to, and it makes the ride extremely affordable, and it helps to take cars off the road. It's this that made us realize that we can now look at a world that may not just look like a parking lot or move like a traffic jam, which is something that happens in most urban cities around the world, particularly in cities in India, where we've actually seen the number of cars double up in less than a decade. A city like Delhi, for instance, the number of private cars has doubled in just under 10 years. So this, we believe, is the future of mobility. It's about getting more people into fewer cars. It's about ensuring that people are using that one asset, the car, more judiciously, turning it into a shared asset rather than just a hunk of steel which is sitting in a parking lot. Let me now show you how this is working in some of the cities like San Francisco, where Uber is headquartered. Now you look at the number of total Uber trips on one map, and you look at the number of Uber pool trips. This is something which we call a heat map, which essentially shows how congestion can really be resolved if we get more people into fewer cars, if we get more people to carpool. Now, many of you would say carpooling is not a new idea. There have been urban planners and urban developers who've been talking about it for years. You have just about every city, the traffic officials saying, you know what, it's efficient, why don't you carpool? But the answer really lies in scaling it up using technology. Because if you want to go and tell your neighbor, hey, let's carpool to work, he's probably not going to agree. But if you're going to open your app and see that very same neighbor perhaps requesting for a pool ride, you could actually make sure that you're taking cars off the road. And some data that we have is fascinating. Every shared car has the ability to take 9 to 13 cars off the road. Now imagine if we start scaling this up, what can be the impact on congestion and pollution in cities worldwide. Now let's talk about the environmental benefits of this. Remember that not only are pool rides more affordable, they're also environment friendly, and the impact is clear. In just the first 7 months of 2016, we have managed to reduce the number of miles driven by 312 million. That's greater than the distance between Earth and Mars. That's the kind of impact Uber Pool has had globally already in just 1 year. Let's also talk about the kind of fuel that is being saved. 6.2 million gallons of fuel, which is enough to fill over 9 Olympic swimming pools. That's the amount of fuel that is being saved by people deciding to carpool or use Uber Pool rather than going individually in cars. And of course, we've managed to cut carbon emissions by 55,560 metric tons. This clearly shows how Uber Pool is even working in cities in India. Remember, we operate in 500 cities around the world, in over 75 countries. Hyderabad has the distinction of being the 9th largest pool city for us. Connectivity problem. Now, most urban planners would like their citizens to use public transport much more because it's efficient, it takes cars off roads, and it's the reason why public transportation exists. But the big issue there, and that's why we believe in solutions like Uber Moto. Those are solutions that can help resolve problems of last mile and first mile connectivity. These are just some of the examples we're sharing of how we've partnered with some of the public transit systems around the world, whether it's in Singapore or it's California. And this is something that should interest you. The very dynamic minister here who's sitting on the dais, on an Uber Moto. This is an image from just about a few months ago in December, when Uber's global CEO Travis Kalanick was in India, the only state that he decided to visit besides, of course, the financial capital and the capital city of the country was Telangana, was Hyderabad, because we launched our fascinating product Uber Moto in Hyderabad, and you have both Travis and Katie Ramarao riding that Uber Moto bike there. I'm also going to skip some of these. I know that we're running short of time, but this is just to show you how we're embracing safety, how we're making not only travel and mobility more convenient, more reliable, more affordable, but even more safer. But let me move on now to quickly take you through how we believe Telangana has been an innovation hub and a regulatory hub, how we believe it's encouraging companies, global companies like Uber, to innovate and succeed. And we're going to, in fact, request the minister here to also consider something which we call a regulatory sandbox, which allows policymakers to do away with very archaic regulations to actually allow companies like ours to bring in innovation. This is just a classic example of how any city around the world can be greener if we decide to adopt technology. Last but not the least, take a look at this nearly 2,000 people on Facebook just sharing that one video. I'm going to encourage each one of you to see it once again because it is indeed fascinating. Thank you so much.